Gold and silver buying is down, yet up with this demographic. Buy your precious metals online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold and silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching Yankee Stacking. So in this video, I want to share why gold and silver buying is down, but also explain why one demographic is still buying physical precious metals. In fact, they're buying a lot of it right now. First, let me be clear. Interest in silver and gold is still high, especially in physical bullion like this. I just bought some silver and gold last week on a dip. I got the cowboy rounds. I bought a bunch of freedom rounds from my favorite online bullion dealer, SD Bullion. And I also got another gold buffalo from my local coin shop dealer, Tim. By the way, those are two different bullion dealers, one online, one in person, and I like both of them for a lot of different reasons. Now, people still want physical silver and gold, but demand has waned. Interest, demand. What's the difference? Well, when I say demand, I'm talking about customers willing to actually open their wallets and exchange their fiat currency for physical gold and silver, either in person at a local coin shop like Tim or online like SD Bullion. I'm hearing sales of silver and gold were down slightly in the month of June at SD Bullion. That's similar to a couple of months back in 2022. Sales overall for the year have been super strong for SD Bullion, but the summer doldrums set in. And SD Bullion is not alone. Other online bullion dealers are seeing the same thing. It's also noticeable at my LCS dealer, Tim. The lines were definitely shorter last month. I'm guessing half of what they were back in April and May. Now, again, all these dealers are still seeing interested people wanting to buy. They're holding back. A lot of you watching my channel, and hopefully subscribed, I might add, many of you are saying that you're holding back. Why is that? I mean, if they want it, why aren't they buying it? Well, this is what I think. First, we saw a large uptick in panic asset selling in the markets and precious metals buying due to the banking crisis this spring. Remember? Well, it must be over, right? You haven't heard much about it. Everything must be back to normal. I mean, shoot, the Fed just released their stress test results on the banks. They gave them the all clear. Everything's fine. That has moved some people away from the crisis asset purchases of gold and to a lesser extent silver. But the truth is, it ain't over, people. It's just off the headlines. The credit crunch is real. And the effects of all those rate hikes by the Fed are still not fully realized. Our affair with zero interest rate policy, ZIRP, is going to be fully exposed soon. The second reason why gold and silver purchases are down, well, the Fed has remained hawkish sounding even with that rate hike pause in June. Jerome Powell made it clear that they expect to do 2 more interest rate hikes this year. That's tough talk. Metals don't like that. You'll see in a chart in just a minute how that bore itself out in the ETF markets. Now, I think that Fed resolve is going to completely wilt. And I think it'll wilt overnight when horrible corporate earnings come in, when employment tanks. And remember, employment is a lagging indicator with the recessions. So employment is going to tank. That's what they're trying to do. All right. So when that happens, when the new housing starts fail, when AIRBNB reservations dry up, as one of my members told me, has already started to happen in his area, when the dollar and bond markets crash, the speed in which the Fed will reverse course on their war against inflation is going to shock you. Okay, that was number 2. Number 3, I think metal spot prices are down because traders are pulling cash away from risk-on assets like gold and silver. Shoot, Bitcoin is back to some extent. People are now ready to gamble and try to make a quick buck again. And in the silver and gold ETF markets, we've seen huge outflows. Traders capitulated just over a year ago, and both ETF markets show no signs of recovery anytime soon. Again, it's risk on right now for trying to make money in other market asset classes. All right, but back to physical bullion. I think a big reason why gold and silver buying is down recently is because we have a bifurcated market. What is a bifurcated market, Yankee? Good question. It's a market that is reflecting the much discussed wealth disparity or wealth gap that's going on in our society. And I think it's playing out in the precious metals market. Now, I'm not going to go into the wealth gap in this video. There are many reasons why I think that exists. It's largely due to monetary malfeasance by our central banks, but be that as it may, I believe it is the lower income stackers who are the ones largely holding back their purchases. Higher income stackers are still out in force. I've seen and heard this. SD Bullion said fewer orders were coming in June, but they were bigger ones. They were higher net worth individuals buying lots of ounces of gold and silver. And I saw this at Tim's just the other day. This guy sat down and said he wanted $100,000 in gold right now.
How do we go about purchasing $100,000 in gold?
Just write us a check.
Can I just drop off a check tomorrow and pick
Drop
up the
off
rest
anytime
next
you
week?
want.
Yeah.
I'm hearing this exchange happen from my older subscribers and members. They're using any pop in the stock market to cash out, protect their life savings and their IRAs that they've built over decades, and buy precious metals. Mostly gold, by the way, but also silver. And at the very same time, I'm getting emails and DMs from younger stackers just starting their stacking journey. They obviously don't have as much and are struggling to buy precious metals. They're also the ones trying to time the market. Again, they're interested, especially in silver, just not demanding to buy it right now. One of my members during our one-on-one last month said, Yankee, most millennials and Zoomers are broke, or they're close to broke right now. They want silver. They just can't buy it right now. He's right. And to drive it home further, the Supreme Court just struck down Biden's attempt to pay off student loans the other day. That move by the president was clearly unconstitutional, a complete power grab, just another way to redistribute wealth. But the Supreme Court ruling really hits the younger demographic hard. We're talking 40 million borrowers. They got a reprieve back in March 2020 due to COVID. But their payments, including all the interest, are set to begin again in October. Now, this is going to impact retail spending a lot, to the tune of $10 billion. Retail spending that, unfortunately, includes physical gold and silver, bars, rounds, and coins. This is why I believe gold and silver buying is down right now, except for that wealthier demographic. Do you agree with my reasoning? Did I miss any reasons? And where do you find yourself? Either wanting to stack more but can't, or maybe looking to move hundreds of thousands of dollars into a silver or gold IRA? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from everyone on this, and I promise to read your input. Just please don't let it devolve into a boomer-zoomer fight, okay? I also did a video on what amount of silver and gold to stack based on your budget. Check that out if you need points regardless of your financial situation. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK.